Today is September 30, 2023. I've been making these videos now for 5 years when these trees were much smaller, these green giants. I'll try to post those, but just for those of you who are new, there are some ones that have shown the growth of these for 5 years now. It's been 5 growing seasons, so there's 6 videos. Just wanted to show you this, what 5 years of growth and a little foresight will do. 5 years ago, there was nothing out here. See that fence? All of these arborvitaes, they were not here. That fence was not here. Those trees down there were not here. This was just a wide open, I call it a parking lot. I mean, there was nothing here. And my son bought this property and commenced to work on it. So this is what they call a flag lot here in Oregon. And you're looking down at the flagpole right there. It's from that street down there to the back of the property is about 450 feet. The flagpole, you come up here and then past those houses, and then here you are into his property, which opens up. Now these trees, I've had a couple of questions and I want to just show the impact of these. These are all planted 5 feet apart on center. I did have one question, is how wide are they at the base, which I had never measured. So I'm going to show you what the width of it is at the base. We planted them against a tree or against a fence, but if you can see this, there you've got it 4 feet. So they're 4 feet, that's from the trunk. So they're about 8 feet in diameter. This is 5 years into growth. I've got these things measured right now at about 27 feet high, maybe 28 feet. I can't get up there that high to see, but I'm pretty confident they're in that 27, 28 foot area. And if I remember correctly, I'd have to go back and take a look at that initial video, but I think they were at about 9 feet as the tallest runner above. So you got almost 20 feet in 5 years, which would give you about 4 feet a year or something very close to that. These trees were all planted for one purpose specifically, is to have a visual barrier for those houses right there. And they are working magnificently. They are superb. They're beautiful plants. They're very good for blocking out visual as well as wind, I would suppose. That house in the back right there is almost completely gone from here. If you stand in the middle of the backyard, you can't even see it. I just want to show you the impact right there. Those trees right there you're looking at, those were planted to block that house out. There's a bay window, there's a second story window. You can't see any of that at this point in time. There have been a few questions about how far apart did you plant them. They're 5 feet apart. What about if I go 8 or 10 feet apart? You see those 2 pylons right there? That's 10 feet. Those 2 trees are planted 10 feet apart. So you would have a major gap. The next tree over, they're planted about almost 15 feet apart. So if you go up to 15 feet, you're basically going to have no visual barrier whatsoever. I think I mentioned in a previous video, we bought these green giants from out at the nursery. They dug them right out of the ground. The guy was about 70 years old. I said, how far apart should we plant these? He said 5 feet on center. I didn't question him. I just planted them, and I'm very, very happy with that. Look up at the tops there. You've got about 20 to 22 feet complete visual barrier in 5 years if you plant these things 5 feet apart. Now they were about, if you take a look at the initial video, I want to say they were about 9 feet when we planted them. That's a 6-foot fence right there. These arborvitae over here, they were 6 feet tall. They now have doubled in size. They're about 12 feet tall. They're planted to give some privacy there from that house, obviously. And they are doing wonderfully well. Very healthy plants. We lost, I think, 1 or 2 of them. Clear down the row. And then we come into the, this is classic Northwest. Just take a look at those pine trees. Thunderous pine trees. gorgeous piece of property, and you can see that fence goes all the way back. That was a very long fence. Very nicely done. These plants, again, which I've mentioned before, very healthy. We have not trimmed them in the front, so that 4 feet at the base, or 8 feet if the diameter at the base, is untrimmed. These were all planned. There's a street right down there. I've mentioned that before. That is a street. It goes right down there. You can see every child playing. There's a street light, and that has blocked all that off beautifully as well. Back here in the backyard, I've done this before, but I'll do it again for those of you that have not seen it. That house was basically sitting right on top of this house. The backyard was a fishbowl. They've got a 2nd-story window there. You can just barely see the roof line now. If you come out into the backyard, you can't see it. I mean, you really have to strain to see that house now. It's completely blocked out. These plants are just absolutely gorgeous. And they are pretty much carefree. You just plant them and let them go. Of course, this is the Northwest, so we've got plenty of rain in the winter time. The summer doesn't rain too much, but they are gorgeous plants. I don't know that I'll make another video of this. They've done what we wanted them to do, and will only continue to grow a little bit, but it's been fun to watch, and they are very healthy, very beautiful. Got a beautiful, nice yard here that has privacy in it it never had before. So good luck with those of you that are planting it. Hope you answered a couple of questions. 5 feet on diameter, they're about, or 5 feet on center is what they're planted, and they're about 8 feet in diameter at this point in time, 25, 28 feet tall. Very pretty.